Hey there, I'm doing a lot of personal faves and basically some comedy stuff, so I thought I'd get back to my horror roots and basically give you some of my favorite horror DVDs that I have. This is not a top 10 list or anything like that, it's just a list of some horror DVDs that I watch over and over again that I really like, that I really enjoy, that I think you probably like and probably would enjoy too. A lot of these are fairly mainstream. Try to stay away from that more often than not, but they're classics, so the stuff that I think are good and quality to have. This is The Howling, and the Scream Factory edition is definitely the one to have. There's some great stuff in this. A lot of this was poured over from the MGM release, but there are a couple extra features that you will want to see. And The Howling is one of the, for me, I think one of the definitive werewolf movies of all time. The werewolves in this are extremely well done. I do like the Howling series. There's a lot of crappy movies in the series, but there's a few that I actually really enjoy. I did enjoy Part 4, which is one of the less liked versions, but it's kind of a remake of this one, sort of. It's more of a closer edition of the book, just as the quality actors that this movie has. But it does have some great people in it, and Rob Picardo does a really creepy job in this movie. Another one that I'm sure is on everybody's list, and that's the Suspiria. This is the Blue Underground 2-disc edition, and it is the edition to get. There is a 3-disc edition, I think, that has a soundtrack, which would be awesome, but I haven't been able to find that, but definitely more than happy with this one here. It says the 25th anniversary second disc, and it's really, really cool. Next up is from Arrow, and it's from the Aerodrome, and I like these movies. I'm a huge fan of Fulci, so Gates L Trilogy has City of the Living Dead, which is a classic. I've got this in Bone Underground as well. The Beyond, another fantastic film, and House by the Cemetery. I don't know how many versions I have of this film, but 3 movies that I really, really enjoy. Just so you get a look, there's the City of the Living Dead right there, and yeah, they do have a reversible covers, so just so you can kind of see what the other cover looks like. It's right there. It's really cool that even in the Aerodrome slim case releases you get reversible covers. There's the Beyond. I kind of like the way that the red is done, so I've left it. But this is also pretty awesome. It has cover too. Is the For the Beyond. Beyond is a great film, by the way. And of course, cheesy but fun, and one of my favorites, House by the Cemetery. Another wonderful Fulci film. Beautiful cover. Very Jack Nicholson-esque Shining type of cover. Actually, if you really look at it. If you don't have these films and you can't find the special editions or whatever, you just can for them. This is a way. Go grab yourself the Gates L Trilogy. It's worth getting. I have these movies in very different formats, but when this set came out, I had to have it. The next one is another Arrow film, and that is Inferno. A lot of people give it crap. It's an original film that I like. Bava worked on this movie as well, Mario Bava, and there's a lot of great stuff in this. Look in the back here, you can see that it comes with a poster, comes with lobby cards. There's the An Eye for Horror documentary on De Argento on here as well. Plus there's the De Argento trailer gallery, 18 films. There's an introduction, Dario's Inferno, acting in hot water, an interview with Dario Nicolodi, The Other Mother, Making the Black Cat, where director Lucio Cuzzi talks about making the unofficial 1989 sequel to Inferno called The Black Cat. So we now know that Mother of Tears is the official sequel. Just so you can see it a little bit, this is a 2-disc edition. Inferno, of course, stars Lee McCloskey, who a lot of people know from the show Dallas, where he played Mitch. But this is obviously a much better. It's like a bunch of lobby cards here, like postcards. And of course there's a huge poster of the artwork, which some people call the Big Butt Edition. Of course there's some other artwork you can use, but I actually like this art, so that's what goes on mine. Inferno's the sequel, of course, to Suspiria, and another favorite. Two more faves of mine are Halloween 2. This Scream Factory edition is the one to get. I will have to get the other one edition down the road, unless they put out the one that I forgot what's the name of the movie. Tearing the Owls. Yeah, Tearing the Owls on its own. This is a really good one. There's like a lot of good features that actually have to do with Halloween 2. I also loved Halloween 3 for its cheese factor. It is a fun film. There's tons of cool gore in this movie. Dick Warlock, of course, had a role in this as well, and Tommy Wallace was the director of this one here. I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed all the features on this. It gets crapped upon a lot, but you know, I like it. Another favorite horror film of mine, and there's a lot of comedy in this one, is a ReAnimator. ReAnimator is a fantastic film, of course. There's the gore, there's the nudity. This is the edition, if you're going to pick one up, this is the new Blu-ray edition. Ports over all the features from the other edition, and this is the one I recommend getting. There's the cool DVD one with the highlighter pen, which I wouldn't mind picking up as well, just to have it. I'm a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft. I'm a big fan of ReAnimator, and I've met Jeffrey Combs in person. He's a really nice guy, and I'm a huge fan of him as well. So there's just some really cool stuff in this ReAnimator, of course, with Herbert West, who starts reanimating the dead, and some stuff goes slightly wrong, but as it would. Next up is From Beyond, which I actually like just as much as ReAnimator, and it's there's the original cover. Very cool H.P. Lovecraft movie. Gotta say, I definitely a fan of this one here. Jeffrey Combs again did a fantastic job. Although he thought he wasn't right for the role, I think he was. I'll disagree with him there. I thought it was fantastic. Barbara Crampton looks beautiful in this one here. Probably as beautiful as she would ever look in any of these films, and she does a great job. It's a very strong role for her. I'm a very big fan of this movie. H.P. Lovecraft films, by far and large, I do like. Next up is the double feature Cellmate, Deadly Night Part 1 and 2. I do have the original one of this here as well. And of course this is Anchor Bay. Some cool special features on the first and second one. Santa's Stocking of Outrage, where they show people and that talked about what a horrible movie this was, and they couldn't believe Santa was being evil and stuff like that. And the best one is when they show Mickey Rooney like deriding this film, as he would later go on to make Part 5. Part 2 is a cheese ball classic. Half of Part 1. Actually, you really don't need to watch Part 1. Part 1's a good movie, but all the best parts of Part 1 are re-shown in the first 45 minutes of Part 2, because that's what they do. They just re-show the first of Part 1, and some really horrible acting in Part 2. It's so funny bad. Garbage Day will never have the same meaning for you. And just so you know, it is the 2-disc edition, so you're not getting slapped down one disc. It's Silent Dead Night Part 2, Silent Dead Night Part 1, and it's cool to get them like that. One of my favorites came out from Blue Underground was The Prowler. Prowler is one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. It's by Joseph Zito, who would go on later to make Friday the 13th Part 4. For many, that is the definitive Friday the 13th sequel, and one of the best, and I gotta agree, it is one of the best ones. There's a great audio commentary on here with Joseph Zito and Tom Savini. Tom Savini does behind-the-scenes gore footage featurette on here as well. This is a fantastic film. It's a great little murder mystery thing. Freddie Granger's in this one, and again, it's a wonderful job by I don't know what the creepy ass thing on the inside. Look, let's see, let me show you. Very, very eerie. Prowler is a great movie. If you're a slasher fan at all, if you're a fan of horror, Prowler is just a really good movie. You really should own it. It's Blue Underground, and Blue Underground puts out a lot of great stuff. Next one is the Shout Factory release that I'm sure if Scream Factory would have been around at the time, it probably would have went there. And this is the Roger Corman's Cult Classic Collection. It's Humanized from the Deep. It is, yeah, it's very sci-fi, but I do consider it horror. It's a lot of nudity and stuff in this one. There's some stuff that would bother some people maybe, but it's got a great making of on here as well. Some Vic Morrow, Doug McClure is in this. There's some great stuff, beautiful girls, and I really did like the look of the creatures in Humanized from the Deep. There was a remake, and I wasn't so big on that. Now this one is get this version here because this is the complete uncut version of the Cult Classic. And as I say, for the first time on home video ever, this is the complete uncut version. And you can see the it's right here, thing like the cover case thing, and again, it's the booklet in here as well. It's pretty good stuff. And just so you know, there is a reversible cover. And you know, I've watched this movie about half a dozen times or more, and this is the first time that I've noticed that this movie has a reversible cover. So yeah, we're both finding something new here. Which makes me wonder if the next one I'm going to pick up has a reversible cover. It's Galaxy of Terror. I love this movie. It's trippy, sci-fi, psychological horror. You got Simon King, Robert Englund, Eddie Albert, Aaron Moran, Ray Walston, Sid Haig. Just a really trippy movie about people facing their... you know what? Damn, if it doesn't have a reversible cover, I gotta check my other DVDs now. So, Mind Warp and Infinite Terror, Infinity of Terror. Wow. Okay. Honestly, I had no idea. I thought that was probably something that started up the Shout Factory releases, but I was wrong, and I got a whole crap load of movies to look back at now. But seriously, Galaxy of Terror is a great mind-fuck of a movie. Pardon my French, but I really, really love this film. Watched it several times. Next is one of my favorite giallos, and that is Torso. Torso is by Sergio Martino, and Susie Kendall is one of the great stars of these type of films, and Torso is complete and uncut in this version here, and it's really, really worth getting. The International Carnival Violence trailer, which is the other name for the movie. Hoping I'll be able to get all these in one DVD, in one go, and not going over a second one. The Ultimate Edition of Dawn of the Dead, of course. Everybody has or should have this. It has the U.S. theatrical cut, the extended version, the European version, and this four is all documentaries. There's audio commentaries on each one of these films. Great stuff. This comic book, Dawn of the Dead, great edition. I love that movie. I watched it so many times. And we're going back to two more arrows rounded out. And the first one is Tenebrae. Tenebrae may be one of, if not my favorite, Argento films, and definitely my favorite in the giallos. Although Deep Red is a great, great one too. There's so much great stuff with Argento. But Tenebrae is different. I love the soundtrack to Tenebrae. I've got it on my phone. Listen to it a lot, and I actually own the original soundtrack to it. There's different art for Tenebrae, which I'm going to show you right now. And my last one, because I want to round this up and get this under 15 minutes and get this on here, is Pieces. Pieces is a really fun movie with Christopher George, Linda Day George, and Jack Taylor. It is a slasher film, a giallo film, a cheesy ass film, and I recommend you check it out. Arrow Video put it out and put out a great edition. Again, thank you so much for watching. It's time for SodaStream, which I'm really enjoying tonight. Got the cola version, and thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.